Hey everyone, Pete here with the River Kings, and today we're going to be talking about paddling flat. Now you may ask, what is paddling flat? Well, it's what everyone seems to want to do, but it's probably the one thing that's going to give you the most trouble when you're on the water. Let's get into it. And we are going to be at the Lower Hall, which is a local run here for me, and nothing tells me about what the day is going to be like for a paddler than a seal launch just like this. And let's break that back down again in slow motion. That's Bonnie Cornegie, and she enters the water. There's going to be force of the water moving downstream, and you can see she is flat with her kayak, which leads to water building up on the upstream side. And of course, as you know from my other videos, that's going to cause a rotation. Your downstream side is going to come up, your upstream side is going to go down. It's going to make you want to flip. And you saw Bonnie pulled it out and did not flip. That's because she is becoming a better and better paddler by the day. But she's still paddling flat in a lot of scenarios. And Alan again comes into the water. The water's coming from his left. His kayak is dead flat. Water's going to build up on the left side. And wouldn't you know it, it's going to cause that rotation. And again, Alan pulls it off as well. Does not flip. But that's just indicative of a paddler who's looking to keep the kayak flat at all times. And well, for the sake of the video, of course, Austin demonstrates right there the same issue, but from a different angle. So kudos to Austin, Alan, and Bonnie for demonstrating what paddling flat looks like. And this is where I'll make a slight distinction between no edge control and paddling flat. None of them flipped, they all recovered. And that tells me they know what edge control is, they know how to solve these problems, but they're really not comfortable being proactive about preventing the problems, hence the term paddling flat. They're not engaging their edges, they're not leaning their boat as they should in anticipation of the forces the water's going to put on their boat. They are waiting until they're in a recovery mode to fix the problem. And our goal as a kayaker should be to paddle a river and match the intensity of the water, match the dynamics, match the physics that are happening all around us. Recognize the force patterns of the river, the hydrology. All those are big fancy words to really illustrate that there's a lot going on out here, and you can't come into it like you're sitting in a pool of water or a lake without those forces acting on you. The river is happening to you, and it's up to you to engage that river and dance with it, so to speak. And that brings us to Gabriel's Bend, which is the hallmark rapid on the run. And I'm going to catch as many eddies as I can through here normally. Austin is out here with me, and he is not comfortable catching these eddies, so he tries to bomb it. And as you can see, he's paddling and adding speed, adding more speed. And I go to catch an eddy, and when I turn back and look at him, oh, that's not what you want to see in Gabriel's Bend.
That's it. Keep it in that eddy, Adam. Yes. You good though? I was like, he's looking good. I caught an eddy. I looked back, I saw a bow, and I was like, oh no. Are you good? Yeah. You sure? Take your time getting back in. There's no hurry. What happened, do you know?
I just got sideways. I'm paddling flat.
Gotcha.
Now Austin's got a little soul searching to do. The very next rapid is Moose Jaw Falls, and he just got a pretty gnarly swim out of the way, got a few bruises on his legs, and he's got to jump back in there and paddle. And this is where it can be tough for a paddler who's sorting out the confidence thing after a swim like that, and he's just got to get in there and go. And so he's going to watch from the bank as a couple run it first, and you'll see his blue shirt up there. Kind of get an idea about what it's going to look like coming through here, and then it's up to him to jump in that boat and send it.
Yeah! Woo!
Now Moose Jaw Falls is a pretty technical rapid, and as you see I'm coming through here, there's going to be a lot of rock interaction, a lot of swirly currents, and you just got to paddle through there and work it out. If you come through that rapid hoping for the best and, shall we say it again, paddling flat, it's going to show up really quickly. And as you see Alan coming through here, everything's looking good, but his left edge hits a rock there, and just hoping it would right itself didn't happen. Even as you see that rock coming, you should be driving towards it with the offside stroke, just fighting your way through. Alan had a nice roll there and is no worse for the wear, and now knows which rock to look for next time. Next up is Bonnie. Same rock, same issue. Just not anticipating and hoping it's going to work out. And now we have the joy of chasing Bonnie's boat down the Hall River. It's a fan favorite, folks. What's a good Saturday without a good boat chase?
Keep your feet up till you get all the way to shore, though. Go, don't get under that tree right there. Yeah, don't move it. You're getting a full workout today. This is $50 per dump, by the way.
$15?
50.
50?
Yeah. You know, a kayaker's got to make a living these days. It would have been 30 if you'd have tried to roll once.
And so where we launch back in, there's just a few rapids and a few little eddies until we get to Jordan Lake. And I'm thinking about a way to make sure we have a better second run than a first run.
I kind of like this better than the ramp.
I know.
Look at the spoils of war here. Oh, look at that. That's when you know you're doing it right,
That's
folks.
why they call it carnage.
Carnage. Number one way to tell when you're not swimming with your feet up.
Sometimes you get a vote in that, sometimes you don't.
Yeah, some of that goes out the window when you actually start swimming, but let's get your swimmer bell sticker on.
Yeah, man.
Let's do that. Austin's swim was pretty gnarly, I have to say. You like it? Right rear echelon or dead center? You're a dead center guy, aren't you?
Dead center guy. Yeah.
Dude, what happened to your leg?
A few runs.
Wear it with shame.
Yeah. Where it was.
Oh yeah.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. Right on. Good stuff. Y'all ready for round two? I am here in the B&A Adventure Van. Look at this shuttle monster here.
So a quick shuttle ride to the top, and we're going to jump in and try this again. And we're going to start right there at the seal launch, and we're really going to focus on trying to get a boost stroke off the bottom of the seal launch. My hopes is that this will change the mindset into just being aggressive and getting out there and trying to do stuff.
You guys off for a lap two?
Oh yeah.
Fun paddling with you?
Likewise. Appreciate it.
Good. Have a good
Yeah, good stuff out there.
Yeah. Awesome.
Good stuff, Wayne. Bonnie is going to grab the 2x6 and Booth. Let's see her do it. Much better. Wasn't much of a stroke, but you got it, and it was a much better entry. Booth stroke. Here we go. Missed it. Yours was better, Bonnie. Well, I did it, but I caught the tree with my left paddle. Trying to get where Adam's at.
And so Alan missed his boof off the seal launch, but to be fair, it's a pretty tight space and it's not real easy to get, but he tried. And now he's going to try to carve it up with more eddies than he would usually catch, which is exactly what you need to do to stop paddling flat. Get out there and get after it. And it actually changes how you approach the river. You start paddling more dynamic if you're trying to paddle, if you're trying to make moves, if you're trying to catch eddies and surf waves. It's different than just floating down a river from the beginning to the end and trying to stay upright.
Nice.
So we make our way down the river catching as many eddies as possible, and this will always kind of illustrate where a paddler is, how well they can catch an eddy in big current when they're coming from really fast current to a small eddy. Are they blowing by the eddy? Are they getting in there then tripping in the eddy? And then they have to deal with peeling back out into the current from the eddy. So all these things can create anxiety in a paddler that's not comfortable doing them. So how do you get past that? Catch all the eddies. Over time you become better at it, but more importantly, you start exacting control over the situation by parsing out the river from one giant rapid into small sections, eddy to eddy. So by necessity of catching every eddy, you stop paddling flat. You have to be dynamic, and you're getting better at paddling. It's just a quick, easy way to change mindset. So by Bonnie's standards, this was a pretty long day. This was the most I had ever seen her swim before. And the river was at 3,000 CFS, so it's got a little push. She was in the nirvana for the first time on moving water, so she's getting used to those edges. She has a pool roll but has not landed a combat roll. And as you know, swimming is exhausting. So as the day went on, Bonnie got more and more tired, and wouldn't you know it, that produces a flatter paddling Bonnie. And the flatter you paddle, the more you swim. It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. But she hung in there, she kept trying. I'm sure she'll have a better run next time. She's really working on getting that first combat roll. Once that happens, she'll be 3 times the paddler she is now, because everything's there. She's ready to make a massive jump in her improvement. She's just not rolling yet. And that is the main hindrance.
Okay. Grab a rock, Bonnie, you gotta swim! Swim hard! All right.
Yeah, how do we do this?
I think it'd be better just to grab it and bring it to this eddy. I'm coming this way, if I can. baby. Did you set up this time?
I tried.
You liar! The Nirvana's edges may be messing with you because you're not edging it.
Yeah.
So they'll grab a little more where the other one might be a little more forgiving.
Yeah.
All right, you're gonna need to throw one leg all the way over. Yep. Now scoot your butt right down in there. You gotta paddle a little bit aggressive, but not crazy. But you're just going straight down that open slot. Nope, that's a good line. Alan cleaned it. Don't lean back at all. Do not lean back. Just lean forward and paddle your boat right through there.
And as Bonnie comes through the rapid, her boat gets pushed a little to the left and she's not about to take the course she wanted. And her initial instinct is to lean back, but right there, she leans forward and gets on it and makes it through. And it may look like the most subtle of changes, but it's a mind shift change. When things start mattering, what are you going to do? Are you going to lean back? Are you going to paddle flat? Or are you going to engage and make it happen? Good job, Bonnie.
All right, folks, I'm here at the banks of the Lower Haw, and I have got the main man, Evan Spire. It's been too long. You ready?
Yeah.
Got Pete and his antics. You are in the fun 1.5. And I got rock star Austin Wallace rocking his flying squirrel, and of course, Mr. Guy Spire.
Heck yeah.
The best hair in the kayak game, and his nomad, or nomad rather. That's a nomad, right?
Yeah.
An old mad.
Yeah.
I am in Pepto-Bismol. Not sure the name of this yet, but this is Adrienne Levneck's old boat that she won the green race in. And Ryan wanted it, so I went and picked it up. And we're gonna test her out today on the water. Make sure it works. Stomps are fun. They're kind of like a playboat creaker. The water is about 1200 CFS, so not really high, but it's just right for a good time. And I'm gonna be hot. I should have worn just a dry top, but I chose poorly. Evan chose wisely. Y'all ready?
Ready.
Let's have some fun.
So we got Austin back out here, and this is going to be a confidence building day again. And you can tell that Evan and again Pete here, when they enter the water, there's 100% control. Contrasted with the same thing we dealt with before, Austin came into the day determined to do a better job of being dynamic on the water. But he was still a little hesitant, and that's not without reason. He really hasn't had a lot of seat time in his boat this past year. And it just takes practice, practice, practice to get better. But that is what we're all about here today. I put the challenge up to my son and everyone else to catch all the eddies coming down the Lower Haw. Every single one you can get into, and you can literally see the improvement happen from the beginning of the day to the end. Was a fabulous day on the water.
Paddle into it, yeah! All right, so the trick's gonna be, can we get across to that micro eddy on the far left bank? Let's let the other guys go through here first. Work it out, guy, you got it. Yeah, Austin, yeah! Woo!
Not fully on board with throwing himself into the eddies in the very first rapid, Austin started the day a lot more tentative than he ended. And you can see as the time goes with a couple different laps, he starts looking for the eddies, starts catching them, and then he starts really driving his kayak where he needs to be. You'll just have to watch. It's fun to watch someone improve, and it's fun to watch someone start clicking with the river and having a lot of fun. And as always, Evan and P5 are shredding up the river. And Pete actually went on an eddy catching spree. In his 2 laps, he caught 170 eddies. And if I remember right, Evan caught 130 or 140 eddies. A great day of work put in by the 2 little rippers. Guy is looking better than ever. He caught a ton of eddies himself, as well as surfed a bunch of waves. And Austin caught more eddies than I've seen him catch in all the other trips I've paddled with him combined. So stay tuned for a fantastic day on the water.
Never mind. Woo, there's a rock there, be careful. Back paddle, back paddle. That's right, Austin, get some. Keep driving. Very nice. Very nice. Make way. Just ram us if you need to. More aggressive stroking. Keep your forward angle. Your forward momentum. Go for it, brother. Pete, catch that one on your left. Let's watch Austin. Make sure he's good. Yep, right in there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Woo! You need to ferry back across to me and catch that one right there. Right at the start of it, right over here. Catch this one. Rocks everywhere.
And there's a lot going on. I kind of left it so you could see everybody darting everywhere. Pete's up there working. Gabriel's been left to right across the current, catching all the eddies, big and small. Guys in there darting across, Evan, myself, and Austin. I'm even finding him in eddies along the way. Instead of going the long way down to the biggest eddy, Austin is starting to catch the smaller eddies as well. And it's kind of a bug. Once you get the eddy bug, it kind of takes hold. And before you know it, you're focusing on something other than surviving. You're focusing on a move you have to make and what you have to do to make that move, and you start paddling well. And this is a trick even great boaters use. If you feel nervous, if you're on a run, you start feeling nervous, do something. Do something special. Do a move or a trick catch a really hard eddy, do something to kind of get in the groove of paddling. And that's what catching all these eddies does. It just changes the mindset, it puts you in control, and it's fun. And if you've noticed, you don't see anyone paddling flat.
Yes, sir. Nice. Not a good wave today. I thought it would be better. Yeah, you need to come in from over there. You can do that, but you got to get around that first rock. In between that first right rock and the left, and try that. See what you can do if you want it. You want me to go first? What do you do? Oh, catch an eddy? Look down in there. See if you see the line. You feel good about it? I'm gonna try it first. The easier way to catch it is gonna be up there. Look at me, around all that, but you can do this if you want to try it. Hold on. Lean forward. Yeah! Yeah, baby! Woo! Good line, guy.
So here we see Pete grabbing the boost stroke there on the ground. His eyes are laser focused with where he wants to land. That's called spotting your landing, and that's what he's looking at. That's his focus. He's turned his kayak and leaned his body now, and he cannot edge his boat yet because it's sitting flat on that ramp. But when he launches, he drops his right edge, lifts his left edge, and in relation to the force of the water hitting his boat, he is going to land perfect. And this is pretty much the opposite of paddling flat. But what you'll notice in this diagram is that his boat and his body is perfectly balanced against the force he's going to experience the second he touches the water. He remains in total control.
Nailed it! All right, here with Austin, we're gonna do a take two on. He was trying to do something really cool, and the whole move predicated on actually grabbing the wood. When that didn't happen, the second part of the move really didn't help him out. So we're gonna try again. He's gonna try to grab the right piece of wood with the face of his paddle and spin his boat a little upstream to do kind of an upstream landing in the seal launch there. So take two. And that's it.
Oh man,
that feels good, doesn't it? And I'll try to do it this time, no stroke. I'm just gonna lean forward at the right time to keep my bow up. It's just a crunch.
And if you're wondering why a seal launch is so important, well, you never know when you might be seal launching into a Class 5 river above some pretty big rapids that require you to stay in control the whole time. Now here's the little secret no one wants you to know. You're not doing anything different on the big stuff than you are on the little stuff. You just have to do it right and you have to exaggerate it. But it's all the same principles at play. All the physics are the same. It should be nothing you haven't seen before. It's just a little bigger. The second run of the day was off to a fantastic start. For the first time, Austin had really caught a good boost stroke and controlled his entry off the seal launch. And here he is for the first time catching this first eddy on the right in Lunch Top Rapid. He does a pretty good job, but he washes out the backside and immediately turns, edges up on his left side, and paddles through those rocks. You can see him using his edging well, his body lean, and he's not leaning back, and he's paddling aggressively. Basically, he's not paddling flat anymore, and that's what we're looking for. You won't become a Class 5 boater overnight, but you do want to see improvement, and it all starts with being aggressive.
Oh, try again. Yeah, Evan. That last right stroke, make it a good one. Don't go through the motions. You nice. Nice, man. Yeah, Pedro! Keep that edge up a little higher. Eddy out right in here somewhere. Yeah, there he is. That big right stroke. Crush that thing.
That's the right stroke.
Yeah. So then we'll go, keep catching whatever edge you want. We're going to go in that main flow there. and then hook around behind all of it. Yeah. This way, then back that way. Okay.
And as we start carving up the run here approaching Gabriel's Bend, I start noticing Austin getting into all sorts of eddies like I've never seen him do before. And the confidence is soaring. And he even commented to me on how just paddling aggressive changes everything. And then catching eddies gives you control because you break the river up into the smaller sections. It finally clicked with him, and it finally started feeling right, and he really came alive on the river. And it's worth the price of admission to see one of your buddies just suddenly get it and start enjoying it. You can see he's working that edging, he's keeping his strokes right, he looks balanced, he looks aggressive. He's coming in and out of all these eddies all the way down the river, and most importantly, he's not paddling flat.
Big core movement stroke. And like, don't even pull it, stick it out there and twist your body off of it. Do what? Yeah. I'm gonna watch you and kind of stay close to Austin. Two of us. Get up in there. Yeah, Austin. You could have peeled a little more downstream with your nose to keep your speed into there, but you did well. Yeah! That's fun. Where now? Straight back across to behind that tree? See if we can get there. You going first or me? Well, watch. Whoa. Okay, go. Careful. Oh. Yeah, carving it up. Yeah, it caught my helmet. Oh no! Rock. Rock block. Ooh, that's a good one. Slowly work our way through. Lead the way, guys. Just find your way through any which way you can. Yeah! Now we're creaking. You got it, Ev. This far right thing's probably gonna be better. He may stick there with that boat. Evan! Yeah! Yeah, Austin! Just go backwards. Yes, sir, fight! Fight! Fight it! Yeah! Yes, sir! You! Oh yeah, that's the line. Lean into those rocks.
And that was our day on the lower haul, and it was a good one. And I hope that explains a little bit about what paddling flat means and how you can avoid it, and how important catching eddies is to becoming a better paddler and controlling your experience on the river. Special shout out and thanks to Bonnie and Alan and Austin and all of the rest who have allowed me to document their journey to becoming a better paddler. I know it's not easy to have all your mistakes documented for the world to see and diagrammed and freeze framed. So if you're ever out and about and run into someone who's been in my video as the subject of education, give them a big pat on the back and a thank you if it's helped you. I know it would mean a lot. Until then, we'll see you on the river. Oh yeah, and try to remember, don't paddle flat.
Yeah, Pete! Look at that eddy! Woo! No way, that's pretty tight! He's just counting eddies all the way down. That was a tight little eddy right there. That's impressive.